Hi everybody. Welcome to week 2. I am doing something a little bit different. Normally I type out instructions that kind of supplement what you're supposed to do for your first task of each week. This is what you'll post in the discussion thread, but I thought this week I would just try something different and do a video. So here is exactly what I'm looking for Milestone 2, Task 1. If you look at the instructions, you'll notice that you are being asked to go to a website called Gutenberg. There is a link in the instructions that you can click on to navigate there very easily. There, you'll find various stories from different authors all over the world from various time periods. All of this is available for free for you to read. And we're asking that you choose a short story from the short story section, again, which we've linked you to. And you're going to read your chosen short story, and then in your response, this is again graded and posted in the discussion thread, you're going to do two main things. The first main thing that I need you to do is to break down the narrative arc. So part of breaking down the narrative arc has to do with being able to name all of the pieces of the narrative arc. So for example, being able to talk about what the conflict is, where the rising action occurs, the climax, the falling action, the resolution, all those things. I want you to name each portion of the narrative arc and kind of show me, well, what events in your story align with those different things. I want to see that you're using the terms that we talk about and that we learn in our weekly discussions, our weekly lectures, and also our textbook. So every time we have a discussion thread, I'm always looking for you to incorporate key terms just to show me that you understand them and that you're able to use them. This just shows mastery of these concepts. The second thing you have to do is look at the protagonist or the main character in the story's actions, and you have to decide what is that character's motivation. Now, in the upcoming weeks, when we talk about character motivation, you'll hear me also use the word desire. This is probably the most fundamental portion of any story, is character's desire. So every story, of course, has a protagonist, or maybe there are two protagonists, an antagonist, there could be more than one. But all of these characters operate within their narrative arcs based upon what it is that they ultimately want. So when we talk again about this character motivation, what is it the character wants? Whatever the character desires most in that story, and from what we learn, fuels the character's decisions and helps to propel the plot forward. So usually when we have conflicts arising, it's because the character wants something and the character makes decisions based upon that want that get him or her into precarious situations, you know, whatever. But that's how we get the tension that arises in the conflict, because the character wants something and there are barriers to achieving that end. So those are the two things I want. After you've done that, be sure that before the week is out, you comment to at least 2. More is always awesome, but if you only have time to do 2, at least 2 students' responses where they themselves will have broken down their selected story's narrative arc and discussed character motivation. Give any feedback you can. And if anybody leaves comments for you, remember, I do expect you to respond to them, so make sure you are answering any questions or comments left behind. Hopefully that covers everything. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I love hearing from you, and I am here to help, so never forget that. Have a great week, and I will see you around in the classroom. Take care.